Hey, what's good, chat? What's good, chat? Come in. Roughly. Hold on, chat. I'm back, chat. I'm back. I bet.
Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see the #2 team in the country, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on the 3rd-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up.
Alright, let's go. Bro, this is my first game on.
The Nittany Lions will kick it away to start us off.
Let me cook. Alright, I got my music.
He brought that thing out of the end zone with the idea of making a play, but he didn't even get back to the 25.
Alright, let me cook, check.
He wants to change this route. RPO complete to open the drive. That one can really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the...
Bro, resume the game, son. Bro, what's this dude doing?
7.
Well, what's the point in waiting? Why not get one of your best players involved in the game right off the bat? They take a shot, their big target outside, shows off his athletic ability, and right away this offense is humming.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
Yo, alright, you
And he doesn't find much running room, a short
this.
gain on the play. These two Blue Bloods really didn't become rivals until Penn State joined the Big Ten in the early 90s. You really sense that Ohio State has been a bit of a measuring stick for Penn State.
I think we always talk about Penn State. We talk about winning the big games, and how do they play against Ohio State? A big rivalry. Palmer, it seems like they're always there. They're always in the game, but do they find a way to break through and win this rivalry?
Oh, yeah, Troy, you seen that to it?
So close, too. You think back to Woody Hayes, and you think back to Joe Paterno. For years and years and years, when these two teams play, it is so physical. There's so much talent. It could go any way. This is one of the more fun games to watch every season.
The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Running back searching for a hole. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Pulls and throws on the RPO. He stops him at the 31, but not before he picks up 10 yards on the play. And the Buckeyes want to move quickly. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
The Buckeyes pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. The give out of the gun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small game, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
To the air, it's Sire. He's got the tight end. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. The Buckeyes didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Gonna run it. It's Peoples. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Quarterback wedging it in there on the quarterback sneak. Sneaks into the end zone.
Well, your opponent can't beat you if you don't give them the football. And they were able to possess it throughout the entire 1st quarter, and they finally cap it off with that impressive rushing touchdown.
Why not double the try total and go for 2? They'll try to power it in. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And I'm all good for this offense being aggressive. Whatever. It's the first possession. You don't get the 2-point conversion. You still got a lot of time left to make up for it.
The kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here's the handoff. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case in there. They try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short game. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss.
He's loose. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a baller.
To the air, it's Aller. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. You always hear, put it on the tight end's body, Jesse, but with this guy, you don't have to all the time.
No, he's got long arms, Reese, and he's athletic. I mean, this guy can jump. He can go vertical. He can go horizontal. And that, my friend, was a stab. That was incredible.
Shakes off the defender. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The give to the tailback. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
And that's so tough as a defense because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback, stop the running back's feet right there. I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the first down.
It's a good job, too, there on third down by the offense because a major statistic in football in terms of winning and losing is how good are you at staying on the field, keeping drives alive. Whether it's third and long or third and inches, you just have to go execute. They do it.
On the snap, it's Reynolds. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
Unsuccessful second down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively?
He's going for the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
Lining up for the point after and the lead. And the extra point puts them on top by 1. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Back to pass, it's Sire. Working that left side now. Turning it on. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
That's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Use the play fake, now to throw. He slings it deep to the left. Makes the grab on the shot. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse now wide open spaces. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Buckeyes moving quickly to the line. Reads it, fires complete. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rounding the football?
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Finds his big tight end. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On 4th down, looking for the completion. And this will fall incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on 4th down, and I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on 4th down for those types of situations, and you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time, so you chalk it up to the defense and take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
And that'll do it here in the 2nd quarter. Halftime has arrived, and we head to the studio. The Buckeyes will kick it off to start the 2nd half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Trying to set the tone with the run. Runs through a tackle. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can...
It's a seam wide open. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit.
And that's a huge third down conversion by the offense there. It's 3rd and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Gets rid of it. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. He'll try to take it back. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. They're setting up the screen, and it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
Well, the defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
Back to pass, it's Sire. Get it out on the screen. It is sucked out. And he falls on top of his own fumble. He'll be brought down, but he was trying with everything he had to turn that disaster into a first down and came up a little short. The Buckeyes are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. Got it behind the line. It's Tate. He'll be stopped short of the line. Needed about 3 more on that one.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. Coming up, 4th down.
Looks as if they're going to pass on a chance to take the lead with the field goal and go for it on 4th down. On 4th down, going to the air. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. They'll leave it with him. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. He'll throw on 3rd down. The screen, he can go. He's not going to make it. What a job on this defense to stop him in his tracks.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision.
Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. And they seem seemed like a really aggressive call, but David, you settle for 3 there. It's like handing a win to the defense.
Yeah, and I like aggressive. Aggressive is good for offenses, and we've seen it time and time again. You get beat when you kick field goals. That's something that you look back. It's a big stat, so I like the aggressiveness to go for it, especially when you get easy decisions, right? Coach, go ahead.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Looking for a man. It's Sire. Touchdown, Ohio State. And that one will put them up here in the 2nd half.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was, we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get him. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Coming out with it, it's Singleton. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. In the Wildcat, let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the direct snap, it's Reynolds. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24.
For a successful run like that on 1st down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on 2nd, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on 3rd.
Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. Direct snap, it's Reynolds. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. They'll try to run for it. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming.